Today I am taking new topic journal entries. This is for accounting students who are studying 11th CBSE and ISC, IGCSE like this. Okay? Journal entries. Journal entries. For journal entries, before learning journal entries, you should know what is meant by transactions. What is meant by transaction? What is meant by transaction? This is the basic. Without learning transaction and all, you can't go for journal entries. Okay? You can't go for journal entries. So what is meant by transactions? Day-to-day activities of the business are called as transactions. What will happen daily in the business? Commence business with capital of 5 lakhs and then paid rent, paid electricity charges, received rent from Ronnie, purchases goods, bought goods for cash, bought goods on credit basis, sold goods to Ramesh and Co, sold goods for cash, like this. These are all called as transactions. So every transaction includes how many accounts? 2 accounts only. See, paid rent rupees 1000. So this includes 2 accounts only. One is what? Cash account. Another one is rent. So I am cancelling this. Now I will take the rules, because after learning the rules only I will take this. But transaction is very important, because transaction is like this, or what I told, that's only. Every transaction contains 2 accounts, I am telling you. No. So if you want to know 2 accounts, you should know accounting procedures. That is very important for us. So accounting types of accounts you have to understand. So now you understand what is your transaction. Now after this you want to understand accounts. So because I am telling one keyword, what keyword? Every transaction contains 2 accounts, I am telling no. So if you know the accounts only, you can easily find out what are the accounts available in the transaction. For that only I am telling accounts, teaching accounts. In accounting business, how many types of accounts available? One is real account. Another one is personal account. Another one is nominal account. Why CSR is teaching these accounts? Because if you know accounts only, in the transaction we can easily find the accounts very easily. Otherwise, it's very tough for you to understand these journal entries. Okay, take real accounts. Take real accounts. What is meant by real account, students? What is meant by real? Real account is otherwise called as things account. Things account. Things means it is divided into 2 categories: movable category and immovable category. What is meant by movable category? Movable category means, see, take furniture. It can move from one place to other place very easily. Building can't be moved because it is immovable property. That's why building never comes under movable. Building is immovable because it's not moving from one place to other place. Like that, you take car. Car is moving from one place to other place. So things means it is divided into 2 categories. One is movable, another one is immovable. Movable means moving from one place to other place. Immovable means it is available in the fixed place only. Okay, fine. Can you tell me can you give some examples of the real account? Chair. See, furniture. Furniture means it includes what? Table, chair, everything it includes. So furniture. Then cash. Cash is also comes under things account. Then what happened? Building. Building is actually not movable, but it is immovable. That also comes under things. That's why building is also comes under real account. Then purchases. Purchases is what you are purchasing. Goods you are purchasing. So it is actually goods. So that also comes under real account. Like this, sales. Then these are etc. These are all called as real account. Real account examples. Okay, this you understand first. After this, what you have to understand? You have to understand the rule of real account. Rule. What rule you can apply to pass journal entries? That is called as rule. For real account, what rule you have to apply? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So you should understand what is meant by debit and credit. It's a location. Debit means it's a verb. Debit, credit, go, buy, tell, we are telling now it is verb. Like this, debit. Debit means it is nothing, you have to put the location. Whenever it comes, you have to put debit. Debit is the location. Then credit. Okay, fine. I think now you are able to understand what is meant by real account and what is meant by, what are the rules available for real account, that also you understand. Transaction I told just now. Day-to-day activities of the business. Raman commenced business with a capital of 40,000, sold goods, sold typewriter, purchased goods from Money and Co. These are all called as transactions. Why SAR is taking this? Because if you know the transaction, then if you know the real account's nature, then only we can find in transaction how many accounts are available, what are the accounts are there, we can identify. That's why very important thing. Real account is now completely over. Now what SAR is teaching? After real account, what is available? Personal account. After real account, what is available? Personal account. What is meant by personal account? What is meant by personal account? Accounts related to individual, company name, firm name, country's name, like this. These are all called as real account only. Uncle, mother, father, cousin, auntie, and names. You call by names. Usha, Peter, Mercy, Johnson, William. This and all comes under personal account. And again, there are great VIPs available. VIPs names under Tata, like that. So many persons VIPs are there. Those VIPs are so called as personal account only. Countries names, you know, India, Canada, England, like this, Japan. This and all comes under real account only. Not only that, company name, Ramesh and Co, Ravi and Co, Peter and Co, like that. Then after that, like this, America, country name is also called, then personal, individual name, company's name is also called. Okay, personal account is what? What is the rule available for personal account? What? Accounts related to, what is the definition for this? Accounts related to individual, accounts related to individual, company name, firm, names of the persons, etc. Like this. Then what is the rule available for this? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay, fine. What is my debit? Debit and credit are the verb. Debit the receiver. Whenever it is a receiver, you have to debit. Credit means it is a debit and credit are the locations where this family is available, where this Raman is available, in which place Raman is available, which place this Peter is available. That's why this is rule. Examples I already given. No need to give example. No need to write that in board already because I explained it. Now I am going for nominal account. Now I am going for nominal account. Students, what is meant by nominal account? Accounts related to expenses and losses and incomes and gains are called as nominal account. Accounts related to expenses, losses, incomes and gains are called as nominal account. What I have to write? Accounts related to expenses and losses and incomes and gains. Now here what happened? Expenses, losses, incomes and gains are the keywords of the nominal account. So you should understand what is meant by expenses, what is meant by loss, what is meant by income, what is meant by gain. Everything I am telling now. Okay? All aspects, 4 aspects I will explain. Expenses means what? In day-to-day activities, the company firm is spending so many expenses: salary, rent, advertising, electricity charges. These and all comes under what? Expenses category. Why? These and all, the firm is spending these expenses. It's a loss. It's an expenses for the firm. Advertising, they are giving by cash. Then salary, and then electricity charges, and then postal and printing and stationery expenses. Like this. These and all comes under expenses category. Expenses category what? Simple example you take. Salary, rent paid, and then after this, EB charges, etc. Now, the key word of expenses you are able to understand. What is meant by expenses, that also you should understand. Now, loss. Loss is a different word. Expenses means after loss. Okay, loss is what? Suppose a machinery is purchased for 15,000 and it sold for 14,500. What is the difference? 500. 15,000 purchase is 15,000, we are selling for 14,500. It's a loss. So loss on sale of machinery. Loss on sale of machinery. Okay. This is called as expenses and losses. Now I have to explain incomes and gains. What you are thinking? The firm is spending expenses, incurring loss. At the same time, firm means it also get income also. What income? Suppose the firm is having one building, for that they will get rent. So we can call that as rent received. They deposited so many money in shares. For the shares they get dividend. So that's why dividend received. So this and all comes under what? Income. Gain means what? Incomes and gain. See, 15,000 machinery worth of machinery sold for 16,000. 1,000 you are getting gain in that. So any gain you are getting by sale of any assets, that difference is called as gain. Now I think student you are able to understand what is nominal account. Rule is also very important in thing. Rules. Debit all expenses and losses. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gains. Credit all incomes and gains. Now explanation is over. Now sir is taking only 5 transactions for this. So within the 5 transactions I will explain the entire concept, how to pass journal entries, everything. So I am giving only simple journal entries only for you. Okay. Now final stage. We are in final stage. Only couple of 5 minutes or 10 minutes it will take to finish the topic. Okay, listen. So commence business. Commence capital. Otherwise commence business. We are starting a business with capital of rupees 2 lakhs. The commence business with capital of 2 lakhs. Then purchased goods. Goods from Ravi and Co. Rupees 40,000. Okay. Paid rent. Paid rent. Rupees 25,000. 15,000 worth of goods, 15,000 worth of typewriter, 15,000 worth of typewriter, 15,000 worth of typewriter sold for 16,000. So what I am telling, 15,000 worth of typewriter sold for 16,000. Okay. Then the last one. Received rent rupees 10,000. How many transactions sir had given? Sir had given 5 transactions. This 5 transactions, 15,000 worth of, here I should write worth. If I explain these 5 entries correctly, and at the same time I will bring all the types of accounts in this, so that you can understand very easily. Okay. Listen student, what is the first one? Commence business with capital of rupees 2 lakhs. How they will ask? What is the question? Pass journal entries. This is the question in the books of Vimal Gupta. Vimal Gupta is the person who is starting with business in his name, Vimal Gupta and Co. Okay. Now what happened? We have to pass only 5 journal entries. After these 5 journal entries are over, then it will be treated as a good thing. Okay. Listen. So for journal entries, what and all we need? What are the columns is necessary? Listen. Date is very important. And then particular. Date, after that particulars. Then journal folio, no? So ledger folio will come. Then amount is divided into 2 categories. One is debit and another one is credit. These both are in rupees because we are Indian country, no, so that's why I'm putting rupee, our symbol. Okay, now be ready how sir is passing the transaction. After passing the journal entry only, we have to go this side. We need not go suddenly here. This is the format of the journal entries. Okay, first you take commence business with capital of 2 lakhs. What sir told? Any transaction contains how many accounts I told? 2 lakh. Two accounts will contain. So this is in the books of Vimal Gupta. Everything you have to see with view of Vimal Gupta only. So what are the items? One is what? First transaction. What is first one is what? One is cash. Another one is capital. Okay, fine. Up to this, are you able to understand what are the transactions I have given? One is commence business with capital of rupees 2 lakhs. Another one is purchase goods from Ravi and Co. rupees 40,000. Paid rent rupees 25,000. 15,000 worth of typewriter sold for rupees 16,000. Received rent rupees 10,000. That's all. What sir told? Every transaction contains two accounts. How many accounts? One is cash, another one is capital in the first transaction. Okay. In the Vimal Gupta point of view, what happened to this cash? Cash comes under which category? You tell. Sir told no. It contains two accounts. Cash comes under which category? Whether cash is personal account, it is not named. No. Definitely then cash is not personal account. Other thing. Expenses loss. Cash is not an expense. Cash is not an income. Okay. Now, at the same time, it is not. It is only real account things. So real account. You have to mark like this. Real account. Okay. Another one is what? Capital. Capital who is giving? From Vimal Gupta is giving to the business. So it's a giver. So Vimal Gupta's capital comes under personal account. Up to this, are you able to understand, students?
Start.
Okay, then what happened? Cash, one is cash, another one is cash comes under real account and Vimal Gupta comes under personal account. How I identify cash as a real account? Because it is not a personal account and it is not an expense loss, then definitely it will be real account. Vimal Gupta's name is coming. That's why accounts related to individual or company name is called Vimal Gupta. Okay, real account. Real account, what is the rule, my dear student? Real account, what is the rule? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. What happened to this cash? Can you tell me? Whether it is coming to the Vimal Gupta business or going out of the Vimal Gupta business. It is coming to the Vimal Gupta business. So what is the golden rule for real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes. Since cash is coming, so it should be debited. That's why sir is writing cash account debtor. You don't bother about debtor, a date, ledger folio and all because this is not no need to now explain that. Okay, it is ledger folio. Suppose I am writing 10 means what will happen? It will come in the ledger folio in the page of 10th page. That's why, like that one. You know, now you are learning basic, so you just learn the concept only, cash account debtor. And Vimal Gupta is what? Personal account. What is the personal account rule? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. So, to Vimal Gupta. Okay? How much? Amount is how much? 2 lakhs. So 2 followed by 5 zeros. 2 followed by 5 zeros. Okay. Next one sir is teaching. Which one? Purchase goods from what? Ravi and Co. Here in this, what sir told you? Any transaction you take, it contains two accounts only. I am telling. What are the accounts here coming? Just tell. Purchase goods from Ravi and Co. And at the same time, whenever a transaction given like this, you have to analyze whether it is a cash transaction or credit transaction. Because they are telling purchase goods from Ravi and Co. rupees 40,000 only. They are not telling for cash. If they are telling for cash, the term word cash is used, then it is called as cash transaction. How they will give this in other? If it is cash, if they give cash, how they will give in other way? How they will give in other way? Purchase goods for cash they will give. Purchase goods for cash they will give. So here the purchase goods for cash is not so given, not given. So purchase goods from Ravi and Co. No doubt this sum is, this transaction comes under credit transaction only. How many is, I told no. There are two types of accounts involving in every transaction. What are the accounts? One is purchases. Another one is what? Ravi and Co. Purchase and Co comes under which category? Purchase and Co comes under which category? Purchase and Co comes under real account category. Why? It is a thing, goods. So it's a real account category. Okay, you put this is real. And Ravi and Co is personal account. One is real account, another one is personal account. What is the real account rule, my dear student? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. For Vimal and Co, this goods is coming or going out. You tell this goods is coming in or going out. No doubt that goods is comes in for the Vimal Gupta. So what is the golden rule? Debit what comes in. That's why debit they are telling. That's why I am writing purchases account debtor. Creditor is what? Vimal, Ravi and Co. Ravi and Co is what? Personal account. And you tell the personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Who is giving these goods? Giver is what? Ravi and Co. For you and for not for me. It is for Vimal and Co. Based on that point of view means it is the giver. For Vimal Gupta, Ravi and Co. is the giver. That's why what we have to do? Vimal Gupta purchases account debtor to Ravi and Co. How much? It is given clearly 40,000. 40,000. Why sir is debiting that purchase account? Purchase account comes under real account. And real account rule is what? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Out of this, we can either select debit or credit. Now you have to select debit only because for the point of view of Vimal Gupta, this goods is coming. That's why comes in. So you have to debit. Okay. Ravi and Co is the personal account. What is the personal account rule? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. So giver. Giver for which person? Vimal and Gupta and Co. So that's why it is credited. Okay. Now these two transactions explained clearly. That's why I am erasing because I am not having space in my board. Third one, paid rent. Paid rent, what will happen? 1 minute student. Paid rent means what? They are paying rent. What sir told you every time? What sir told you every time? Every transaction include two accounts I told no. Okay. Then one is what? Another one is what? One is rent. Another one is cash. Am I correct? Why I am writing like this? Because I told you every transaction contains two accounts only. That's why one is rent, another one is cash. Okay, rent comes under what account? Rent comes under what account? It is not things. It is not person name or individual name. It no doubt it comes in nominal account. Rent is the person is paying. It's an expenses for him. That's why expenses coming, no doubt. Expense comes in which account? Nominal account. You tell the nominal account, debit all expenses losses, credit all incomes and gains. That's why, since it is a loss for the expenses for the firm, that's why it is debit. Cash is what happened? It's a real account. The firm is paying the money. Vimal and Gupta and Co is paying the money. Then cash comes under real account only. At the same time, this cash is what? Going out. Going out means what? Credit. Now what is debit? Rent account debtor to cash account. How much? 25,000. Why rent is debited? It's a loss for the Vimal and Co. Real comes under what account? Rent comes under what account? Nominal account. Nominal account rule is what? Debit all expenses. Since it is a loss for that firm, that's why rent account is debited. Cash is what? Cash is actually cash comes under real account. But that comes under the nominal account. So real account. What is the real account rule is telling? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. That's why cash is going out. That's why to cash account I put and 25,000 amount is also substituted. Okay, after this 15,000 worth of typewriter they sold for how much rupees? 16,000. Then what do you attend from this? Typewriter is sold. One is typewriter, another one is cash. Correct? Typewriter means what happened? It's an what? Real account. Real account. Okay. Then another one. Here, cash is what? That is also real account. Typewriter is what? Real account. It is going out because we are selling the typewriter. It is going out. Debit item what comes? Credit item goes out. Goes out. Then cash is coming. Comes in. So it is goes out. Goes out means this will be credited. Comes in means it will be debited. Then what do you have to debit? Cash how much? So cash account debtor is how much? How much cash we are receiving? 16,000 only we are receiving. Then what is going out? Typewriter is going out. Listen. Typewriter is how much? 2 typewriter. It's a real account. Credit what goes out? How much? 15,000. You see, whenever you are writing journal entries, both debits and credits should be equal. Here it is not equal. Why? Because every transaction contains 2 accounts. I am writing like this, but the typewriter is what actually going out. That's why it's a real account. When it goes out, I have to credit it. Then again, cash is coming. How much cash is coming? 16,000 cash is coming. What will happen? 15,000 worth of assets sold for 16,000. What is the difference? 1,000 is gain for us. So 1,000 is gain for us. Gain comes under which account? Gain. Gain comes under nominal account. What is the nominal account rule is telling? Debit all expense loss, credit all incomes and gains. That's why to profit and loss I am putting 1,000. Because but normally whenever any transaction contains 2 accounts only, in these 2 accounts one hidden information is available. So like this only you have to analyze and do. Otherwise you will be more confused. This is an easy technology. I told only 2 accounts. One is cash and typewriter. But I substituted that variation is coming. There should not be any variation in debit and credit. Total debits always equal to total credits. So in order to put that 1,000 where you have to put? You have to put any credit side only, 1,000 only. Now it is balanced and you analyze. It is hidden information, that's why you have to understand. So that's why 1,000. Then again last entry. I am erasing this because I am not having space. Last entry, after that sum will be over. Listen. Received rent rupees 10,000. Vimal Gupta is receiving rent. What happened? This is a own building for them. Some building they lent for rent. For that they are collecting rent of rupees 10,000. Then rent comes under which category? What are the accounts? I told no. Same technology used. What are the accounts? 2 types of accounts involved in this. One is rent and another one is cash only. Correct? Fine. Rent comes under which family? It's an income. Nominal account. Cash comes under which family? Real account. You tell the nominal account rule. Debit all expenses and losses, credit incomes and gains. Whether it is an expenses for him or income for him. He is receiving rent. It is not expenses for him. It is income. So you tell the rule. Debit all expenses, credit all incomes and that's why credited. Then another one is cash account. What happened? He is receiving cash. Cash is what? Real account. Real account rule is what? Debit what comes in, credit what goes. It is coming in. That's why you have to debit. How much you have to debit? So real account means comes in. So one is what? Real account. Another one is nominal account. Even though they are of different category, debit only comes first. So real account. Cash is coming. Debit only you have to put correctly. So that's why cash account debtor. Rent is credited to rent. What is the amount? Here it is given as 10,000. Put both the sides 10,000. And you have to write that word debtor also here. Okay, listen, that's all. Thank you, my dear student. I think you are able to understand. You subscribe my video so that videos can be, new videos, anything I am putting, it will be updated. Thank you.